Hello there, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sam, and I have decided that because I like to talk about things I enjoy, and I have recently, over the last half a year or so, started to drink alcohol, and rather quickly discovered that whiskey, in particular Scotch whiskey, single malt, but not exclusively, is my kind of thing that I like. And watching lots of YouTube reviews, etc., made me think that could be a fun thing to do. I might want to do that and talk about whiskey. So yes, sorry about that. This is my first attempt at a review. Sorry about the general nervousness. I'm sure I'll go away after a few videos, but I'm not good with this shoot first. So, here we go. Oh, I should show you what I'm reviewing. So, my first thing I'll be reviewing, it's a very good, but expensive single malt whiskey. This is Oban 14-year-old. Beautiful, right? I'll show you the model. This is a Diageo product, and this distillery, which some of you may already know what that means in some ways. I'll get to that in a moment. Those of you who don't know, might be able to guess from the colour. That means a few things about the presentation. It means this will be chill filtered. It will be chill filtered. It's coloured, and it will be bottled at 40 to 43% for the most part. Now this is 43%, and of course it is coloured and chill filtered. And on the back it says Mib-fab stuff. I'm sure I'm butchering these. Farvenstoff Tilsat Caramel and Zawiera Caramel. These are all the same thing, variations of the same thing, and they just indicate that it is coloured. This is unfortunate that it's the way it is, and it's still a good product. Now there are laws in some European countries that mean they have to put that on if they're selling it there, which is why you see that. Germany is one of them. I'm not sure the other two, and there's DK and PL, so I'm guessing Poland is one of them. Now of course, if you don't know, and I can't imagine anyone's going to be watching my videos without having seen at least Ralphie's, for example, and he almost batters people over the head with this. Not a criticism, it's a fact, and it's alright, but chill filtration and caramel colouring are bad things, because it means they're basically fucking with your whiskey, and not to make it dangerous, they're lying to you. Caramel colouring is to make it look darker, because people believe that darkness equals quality and age equals quality, and darkness equals age, which also equals quality. Chill filtration, they're trying to get rid of Scotch mist, which is when you put water in it, cools down, it goes misty, but they're removing fatty acids and proteins and stuff, so it gives it lesser mouthfeel, less flavour, etc. Both of which can, if there's too much colour, if there's too much chill filtration, it can negatively affect flavour and mouthfeel. In particular, the finish can get a little bitter if there's too much caramel coloured, is my understanding. So, let's uncork this. A little information about this whiskey would probably be handy, but I'll pour it first. Actually, I'll just have a smell of the bottle. Doesn't have a strong smell off the bottle, at least not at the moment, for me right now. Lots of, there's peaches, there's vanilla, bit of salt. Okay, I don't normally quite have that much, but now I'll tell you a little about Oban. Oban is one of Diageo's classic malt range, which means it was chosen to represent a particular region. In this case, Highlands. It is a Highland malt whisky, and it, in particular, comes from the West Highlands. Now, the other members of this range are Glenkinchie for the Lowlands, which I've not had, Dalwhinnie from Highland. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, Glenkinchie also represents the Highland. This is a part of the classic malt range, though, so I guess they have two. Sorry, Dalwhinnie represents Highland. I think I said Glenkinchie just then. I've never had Dalwhinnie, but I've heard very good things about it. Craigenmore for Speyside, again not had, but I've heard excellent things about. Talisker for the Isle of Skye, again I've heard some very, very good things about it. And Lagavulin from Ireland. Now I've had the Lagavulin 16-year-old, and it is a very good whisky. So yeah, I've not had the others. Glenkinchie I've heard mixed things about. Now, Oban is a very small distillery in a very small town. It's a fishing town, and it's called Oban. There's also, I just found this out a few minutes ago, Googling Oban, just to check that I had my info right. There's an Oban here in New Zealand where I live, which is interesting. Did not know that. So this is a 14-year-old, which is interesting because typically a standard bottling of a whiskey of a distillery is 10 or 12 years old. This is the only Oban apart from a limited run of 18-year-old they did. And the managers. A selection range Diageo did a while back where it was, my understanding is it was mostly quite young whiskey, bottled at like a cask strength and sold for a lot of money. Diageo, you can make some very good products, but sometimes you have a bit of a dick at business, but I guess it works in their favour. Well, I guess it works for them, maybe not their favour, but it works. Now this is matured entirely in ex-bourbon casks. I believe I read they were refill. And it's a Western Highlander, and it is on the coast. It's quite coastal. And of course it is, it's a fishing village. And it's a very good whiskey, but it is also very expensive. I paid 130 New Zealand dollars for this. Not cheap, but it is. I won't say if it's worth it or not yet, because then there'd be no point you watching necessarily. Well, there would be, because then you'd say, well, if it's worth it, then you'd go, well, is it going to be my kind of thing? And that's what this would tell you. Anyways, sorry, I'm babbling on and something like that. Right, so, colour. There's no point talking about the colour of this, because it is coloured. It has a bit too much colour. It's got what Ralphie refers to as the orange marmalade. But it is a very orangey gold. It doesn't quite look right. So I will move on to the nose. Right, so there are peaches. There's some saltiness, some brine, some anise, some quite sharp orange. The anise and orange are quite sharp. Not in an unpleasant way, just in an interesting way. Little hints of oak and pepper. Stuff like that. It's not a remarkably complex nose. Neat, that is. And we'll be adding a little bit of water to this, so I do think that generally improves the experience. Sorry about that, guys. Right, I'll just check there's nothing else that I'm missing on the nose. There's a very slight hint of peat and smoke, sort of, but It's quite a cigar smoke, with a sort of phenolic peat. That'll come through in the finish, the peat mostly. So it's a pleasant nose. There's something else I was about to say, but I forgot what. Right, so now, there's almost no alcohol on this nose. So let us move to the palate in a moment. Sorry. What was it? Yeah, I left one thing off. It's quite malty on the nose. Right, so immediately from that first sip, I'm getting an arrival of oranges, anise. The oranges are sharp, but they've gone a lot less sharp since I last had this. The peaches. There's more than that to it. I'll have another sip because of course you get more on the second sip. Maltiness, pears, just hints of pears, hints of oak, bit sweet. There's hints of sweetness in there, kind of. Nothing huge. The finish is heavy on the anise. That's when some peat comes through, but it's not much. It's kind of a sour one. It worked quite nicely with the anise, and a hint of oak. There's oak there, so it's quite a bitter, sour, bitter and sour finish. I don't recommend putting too much water in there. A few drops, because there's a low strength and it's not very. It's not very whiskey that has the kind of flavours that you need it to balance it, but it does bring out some more to it and makes it more complex. Almost immediately, actually, there's a noticeable difference. It is. Sorry about that, guys. It is. There's a creaminess. It's like vanilla creaminess. It's softer all around. There's hints of the anise and hints of the oak in the background. There's more peaches. And there's some orange. Now, an interesting thing is when I first got this, the main things that I got were sharp oranges and anise, and a few other things like that. But now the oranges have subsided over time, and I think oxidization has done this some good. That's good. Still not hugely complex, but maltier, creamier, slightly less fruity, but there's still a fair bit of the peach. The salt and brine is almost gone. So yeah, it's very nice like this. So now, palate. Again, it's become milder. A lot more oak in the finish than there was before. The finish is mostly oak. Palate. Sorry. Just take another sip of this stuff. More malt. a little less fruit, about quarter of the way to midway through the palate. Oranges start coming in more. There's less peach. The anise comes in near the end. With some smoke and peat. This time in the finish I'm getting a bit more anise with the oak. Now, I should clarify, my tasting notes are a little straightforward, simple. I'm doing this off the cuff. I haven't had this one in a while, but I do know it reasonably well. I'm newish to this thing, but I don't actually have a great sense of smell. But where whiskey is concerned, I'm actually quite good at nosing, believe it or not. Not to sound arrogant, but yeah. But I might be underselling it a bit with these notes, but this is not a hugely complex whiskey, but it is an interesting whiskey. And kind of what I'm doing with this one, at least, is giving general tasting notes of the general types of things you're going to get in it. So yeah, which especially with something like this that is not hugely complex. Now, it cost me $130. Was it worth it? Yes. Undeniably, this is worth the money to me. It's an excellent whiskey. Again, not the most complex, I don't find, but I find it to be a very interesting whiskey. For some reason, it tends to score high 70s or low 80s, so it's not a darling of the critics or anything, or even whiskey fans in general, but I really like this, and I am going to give it a score of, let me just give it a nose and a taste just to confirm the number I've got in my head. Yeah, I'm going to give this an 89 out of 100. Well with the money, as long as you have the money. It's kind of the thing with more expensive whiskey is worth it only if you have the money. Anyways, this is Sam, signing out I guess. Thanks for watching this video, and I will have more in the future, and I will try to maybe not babble for quite so long. I know I don't mind interesting people babbling about this stuff for long, but I wouldn't consider myself an interesting person. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!